Is it recording?
Yeah.
My sister knows those
so
games.
stop saying.
No, I was about to say some atrocity right now.
No.
He's like, wait, am I allowed to commit war crimes or not?
No,
It is not. Actually,
Let's not talk about.
I am not
war
associated.
We don't
with
talk
you.
about Bruno.
Bro, if you were to bring in an architect in here and they would look at this, they'd be
An
like,
architect. He'd be complaining about the fucking foundation, dude.
Yeah.
Don't complain to me about the internal decor.
look at
You mean an internal decorator is who you're
Both.
thinking about,
both,
not an architect.
both.
We don't need no Ted
Where are
Mosby.
the shelves? Yes, but Ted Mosby. Oh,
I got
that's a
no
good
neck,
show.
dude.
That's a good
I
show.
got
That
no
one's
neck.
not funny. That one is just like so wholesome.
No one got neck.
Welcome back to Broke Till Friday
Necklace.
podcast, guys. We've all seen Loki, right?
Necklace.
That's the main thing.
I don't
we're
think
gonna be
Chess
talking
has
about.
seen Loki.
Loki season 2.
Yeah.
Nah.
Season 2,
You
episode
haven't?
4.
I saw season 1, the whole thing, the atrocity, and I was like,
You
this
don't
is
care about
garbage.
spoilers, right?
I was like, this is garbage. Yeah, I don't like Marvel. I don't care.
L take,
Ah,
L take, L take,
I'll take.
L on the mic.
So, guys, it's Halloween, as you guys might have guessed from Edward's flaccid penis. I'm gonna have to blur out the entire time, but
What do you mean?
I know we all
Oh,
wish
can you
it
put
was
that?
hard.
Can you actually put the
I
little,
actually tried
the
to
little
hide
squares?
I put a bunch of
On
shit
the
so that it
sensor?
won't
Oh, you
show.
put the squares instead of
Can you put the,
red?
like the little square like things for the sensor over his penis? You know what I mean?
And then
Like,
just make it really long. Just blocking out half his leg. Yeah,
Bro,
so
I'm dead.
dude, this feels like a fucking
No.
safety vest. That's what it feels like when I sit down.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah.
Because all the hard material is in the front, so it's like, you know what I mean? So I feel like I'm wearing like a life jacket.
Do you think if I had a gun and I shot
You look like you're wearing a
I
motor-
would die. Yes, I would die.
you look like you look like you're wearing a motorcycle
Would you
jacket.
though? Would you
Yeah, it
really?
does actually. Okay.
Many mysterious things happen on Hallows Week.
Oh, that's true. I would come back as the ghost of the man, the artist previously known as Captain America. So
I just realized I look faded as fuck in this video.
That's why it's
Yeah.
You always
eye
look
drops,
faded as
eye
fuck,
drops.
dude.
super.
That's
faded.
just your natural state. It's fine.
So we heard
Nah,
there
this
was
one's, like, more than usual.
Michael said he was gonna dress up as Dracula, then he didn't. So what you got? What's the Dracula? What's it called?
Was y'all Dracula?
Dracula.
Dracula Flow. Oh shit! It's right there.
There's
Look
three.
at that.
Put 1, 2, 3. We're watching 1, 2, 3.
6 months
Put
ago.
it on the TV, the big TV, dude.
Also, how is that Joji? That's clearly some
no,
older
it's
guy.
not him, but he's
Making the
making
videos.
it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like he's hiring him.
Okay,
or
I don't
whatever.
have control for the TV, but I can play it right here, so we can all.
You don't have
listen
control
to
for the TV. What kind of shoddy operation is? No.
it. This is Broke Till Friday.
Cutting straight to the bricks. Ha ha. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. We smoking runts. Shorty got a BBL, took that shit out because she couldn't run. I had to do it to them snipe. I went Judge Judy on that pussy snipe. I'm not
the
loyal to anybody. I'm a demon. I have no loyalty for anyone. Never did, never will. Shorty
What is he
chose to
doing?
be with a demon. Sounds like her problem to me. This shit ain't nothing to me,
For a
man.
second, I just
My money
realized
longer
that's
than
paint on
James
his head.
Cameron.
Holy shit! I thought that was one of those.
I
like,
thought it was a wig. I
Yeah,
thought it was
no,
a
no,
wig.
It was like ball caps with
No
the little
funny.
paint on it.
This shit ain't nothing to me, man. Moving like Dracula,
Whoever
we
did the
get it back
camera
in
work
blood.
is
You see it?
terrible with the zoom. That's
I really
disgusting.
did this. I'm really him.
wanna see
Flipped
this.
the whole brick into an empire. Stop playing with me. I have no sympathy. I live for this shit. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. I'm nice
For
with
me,
it.
man.
I'm nice with it.
My money long.
My,
My
pocket's
pocket's
deep.
No pocket watching in these parts. We straight gassing, cutting
Straight
straight to the bricks. Chanel outfits got me seeing shit.
That's what I was gonna be at.
Why were you?
Plum
I
Corp
know a couple
Records.
of lines already.
All right, Dracula
part two,
Flow.
part two, part two.
Dracula Flow.
Pussy better
No.
Hold on, replay.
Wait. Okay.
This is why you should put on the fucking TV.
That pussy better stank, otherwise I don't want it. Perk 30 got straight to fucking. That pussy dulce. Smoking fentanyl. Lace cereal milk. I see God. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. That pussy got me screaming, crying, pissing, shitting, shooting ropes. Yeah, we getting that Pirate Bay alien shish kebab cordyceps money. I'm making aliens real so that I have more to smoking the Qui-Gon Jinn Vietnamese Phillips head runts.
Oh,
She
that sounds
sucked
good.
me like a cordless
Avatar
Dyson
from
V8.
Wish.com.
I'm in the K-hole, licking balloon.
Did his head
knot.
get longer?
When I got the meat cannon, I be shooting straight rope. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. Chanel Optics
He looks
got
like
me seeing
Frankenstein,
shit.
bro. What the fuck?
I need fentanyl slime. I just popped a whole garbanzo bean. Fuck you mean. I smoke real Imrani, rapscallion ghost nuggets. Y'all can't fuck with me. I'm
Those
out.
strains he's saying are sound
I
fucking
will
crazy, dude.
continue
The
to be
garbanzo
him.
bean line
Yellow
was
rubies
wild.
glistening like piss. Gulping sea monkeys by the gallon, my tummy feel crazy. That coochie yummy slime. That coochie doing it for me slime. They thought they could stop a demon, I'm back. The Zaza got me speaking Esperanto. This shit ain't nothing to me,
Zaza.
man. We out here cloud seeding. The scope
saying
blew.
that.
You
This
can't
ain't
trust
nothing
me.
to me,
I don't even
man.
trust myself. I don't know who I am anymore. I'm getting too much money. Ass so fat. I'm peeking off this Danny Phantom slime. Can you remind me who I am? Get the president on the phone now. I
giant
fronted him a brick. I need my money. Hello? Black China?
Oh, fuck, China. Oh
The
my
third
god.
one, the third
There's
one.
a bunch. Okay, Dracula.
No, there's
Falls,
only
Dracula
three.
Falls.
There's only three.
I'm moving different. This shit ain't nothing to me, man.
Shit
I'm a
ain't
dog.
Why is he
I'm
sweating?
biting the fart bubbles in the bath. We smoking symbiotes. Smoking that Whoopi Goldberg South Egyptian Fur Burger Deluxe Mega Million Scratcher Skunk Bubba Kush.
That
We
sounds
smoking
good as
dung
fuck,
beetle.
dude, whatever
I'm
that
on
is.
12 Vicodins smoking on Scooby-Doo dick. We smoking Sequoia Banshee
boogers.
We snorting that good Buffalo Soldier Tamarind Jordanian jibbies. They must have amnesia. They forgot that I'm him. That Burberry backwoods pack hitting that pussy smell like a Hellcat V8. We smoking shit in a glass pipe, blowing the Lord's bubbles. I'm
Lord's
sick in the head.
bubbles.
I'm on them Broward County Tic Tacs. I'm on them Georgetown Geronimos. I'm on them Nashville Nibblers. I left my Margellas in the Benz truck. I'll have to stun on them next time. I don't give a fuck if I go blind. I don't need to see the price tag anyway. I'm high on 12 Jason Bournes, looking to beat the cum out of a thick, fresh oak. We smoking filtered crack, you stupid piece of shit. I'll fucking kill you. Call that pussy the Matrix, cause I'm in this bitch and I can't get out. Last guy ran off on the pack. Got choked out by some Givenchy gloves. The last thing he ever saw was the price tag on them. Slowly faded into darkness, and I let the archangels take him. I need more Sequoia Banshee boogers. Don't be shy, girl. I love me some pastrami mud flaps. Like French Montana. Huh? Welcome to the Cream Kingdom, bitch. Open up. Black China, I drink her piss out of another man's balls. I shoot her a crackhead. He looked like Woody Harrelson. You ain't seen 10 bands in your life, shit. Reach for my neck. You'll get turned into an example. Y'all gotta stop playing with me, man. I threw diamonds at the strip clubs under the Great Pyramids. I pushed the camel through the eye of a needle. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. Tied the ops to the back of a track hawk and dragged him around the block for 24 hours. Motherfucker looked like a Resident Evil 5 campaign extra after we was done with him. Ops won some initiative. Blew up their entire quadrant. I'm moving like Oppenheimer. She dropped that ass on me from an egregious angle. They thought I was Stephen Wallace. Top shelf Zaza.
Disrupted my circadian rhythm.
I have seen the Magna Carta. I've seen the Eye of Horror. I was flipping bricks for Mansa Musa before y'all even became a Type 1 civilization. This shit ain't nothing to me, you stupid piece of shit. Step the wrong way and you will perish. That pussy feel like Biscoff butter. You think I care about this shit? Ask me if I care about this shit. Cause I don't give a shit. If I had $1 for every time they said I gave a shit, I'd be broke, cause I don't give a shit. My bitch looked like David Hasselhoff. I bawled so hard they thought I was a fucking nutsack. Shit ain't nothing to me, man. I'll kill you, you stupid piece of shit.
Oh my god. Dracula Flow 3 is Filthy Frank AI? The next time someone says Americans have no culture, just show them this.
Hey, what happened to that guy iDubbbz?
He's still making videos?
Videos, they're pretty funny.
I was literally
like
the
them.
top comment on
Yeah.
his most recent video.
Yeah.
You didn't see it?
No, I haven't watched him.
Like, it's a good one.
That was a fucking insane 3 minutes that we just fucking spent watching that goddamn bullshit. I
That
don't
was
even know
9
what
minutes.
happened. What the fuck?
So iDubbbz is
Big as
complaining
fuck, huh?
because he said...
This shit ain't nothing to me,
That
man.
shit, I don't know why that shit kept making me laugh.
what the fuck,
This
dude?
shit ain't nothing to me, man.
iDubbbz said, I should be able to flush paper towels. Top comment is me saying, iDubbbz really made an entire video just to defend Ethan. That's it. Good times. And he also liked it, so like and subscribe, bitches. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. My god, that was insane.
That
I think
was
the
fucking
one I
wild.
remember the most is when he said, call this pussy the Matrix because I'm trapped in there.
Nah,
And I can't get out.
And I can't get out.
What
Fuck.
was the garbanzo bean?
Garbanzo
bean.
Fuck the garbanzo.
I don't remember
Garbanzo
any- just remember
bean,
the
pop
garbanzo
the
beans.
garbanzo bean. Fuck you mean.
Oh my god, dude. That was fucking
What the
nuts.
fuck was that?
We out here smoking Sequoia Banshee boogers.
And then he just kept saying, this shit means
Ain't
nothing to me,
This
man.
shit means
Money
nothing to
don't
me,
mean
man.
nothing to me, man. He kept like
Oh,
flashing
God.
his
Oh,
watch.
why? That was a funny
What the
shit.
fuck,
was
dude?
nuts.
They must have had amnesia
Why
because
did
they
it have
forgot that
static
I'm
in it?
him.
It had like those like lines that go like when you record a TV the wrong way, and it has those like fucking lines going through the video. What the fuck was that?
Wait,
It's a
what?
stylistic choice. What do you mean? Static.
Which one are you talking about again?
Static was a stylistic choice. Just a static. Just the general TV static that they had. Static. Static.
Static.
So that was who. As you all know, that was Richard Nixon playing Dracula. They brought him back from the dead just for that video. And Michael was supposed to dress up as that Dracula Free Flow.
As
and he was gonna
Nixonized
I was gonna like
Dracula?
slick my hair back and then
And-
do the fucking hair dye right here. Like
No, just
that.
shave it all off.
No,
and then-
fuck no.
Put the Sharpie, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Put the Sharpie. So what are you for Halloween right now? What is
Right
this
now,
costume?
I am a bitch.
All right.
All
And then we
right.
got
Michael's the bottom for
Chess,
Halloween.
who's also a bitch.
I don't think that's much
stoned
of a
as
costume,
fuck,
though.
dude. Like,
I can't hear you.
stoned
Speak
as
into the mic,
fuck,
please.
My bad. Nah,
He's the
there's hair in
piggle
the mic,
hugger.
dude.
He's the
I gotta-
piggle hugger.
I
Hugger.
gotta-
He's the
I got
pigger
a hair in my
hugger.
mouth
He's
earlier
the
from the
pugger
mic.
hugger.
Stop licking the
He's
mic
the
then.
pillow
Yeah,
Look at the
dude.
mic. The mic
Just
is
put
just
your-
blowing hair in my mouth.
That's not how mics work.
Chess is the pillow hugger today.
Yeah,
Deadpool
Falling
is
asleep.
obviously Deadpool.
that's why.
If I shoot you in the head, will you come back to life?
Nah.
Maybe
I'm talking to-
many
With a
many
paintball
magical
gun?
things. The paintball.
I have a paintball gun if you want to try it out. Let's test it out, guys.
Many
You don't have-
magical
you
things
have- do you have
happen on
that
All
paints?
Hallows Eve.
I don't have any.
Why do you
paints.
keep saying you have a paintball gun? And no paints, dude.
No
Stop
paints.
teasing
I
us.
got any
Yeah.
paints. Sorry, guys.
Stop teasing me.
You know you can steal it
That's
from
just
Hollywood
edging.
Sports.
You're
You
just
can
edging
steal,
us for no
their
reason.
So
extra
December,
paintball.
guys, we're going to paintball, guys. Sign up in the link below if you guys want to come.
Do we
and
have to
shoot
buy
some
our
paintball.
guns?
No, it's
Or do
$50
they
bucks
rent
and
it?
it's everything's included.
It's 100 though.
$100 everything's
50
included
bucks.
for one person.
50
bucks.
bucks.
50 bucks.
I want you to know he's lying to you.
We got a group of
because-
10 or more.
Well, we don't have a group of 10 or more. Really.
We do have a
Think
group of 10 or
about
more.
it. We do have a group of 10 or more.
We do have a group of
Who's the
10
10
more.
You have a
people?
group of 10 more.
Who you
A bunch
calling
of
up?
Alan's friends. So
Ah.
it'll be 5v5. We fuck 'em up.
Nah,
Fuck 'em
man.
up,
Really?
fuck 'em up.
Look at what. Oh, you know what? Maybe my military cousin could give us the advantage.
Yeah? Us 5 versus them 5?
Oh, with
Easy.
Walter?
But you know what? This is the thing, though, and I hope you see this, Alan.
Alan's friends are are not doing as much exercise and are more complacent in life.
Really?
Yeah. So they're basically targets.
So what does that even
Thanks,
mean?
guys.
Okay.
But anyways,
What?
remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment on YouTube, rate us on Spotify, and remember, we're available wherever you can get
that's
your
not fun,
podcast
though.
from. So
What? That's it?
no, this is just the beginning. This is still the intro.
Why the fuck are you? Oh, okay.
Hey,
So-
let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Sector going?
Probably. Let's get him right now. Let's go talk to him right now. Let's
Fool,
go
right
get his
now.
ass right now.
No, I'm
We'll
just
drag him
asking.
over here.
I'm just asking.
So we were going to be talking about. I gave you guys an assignment. If you guys don't remember, a couple days ago, I said, think up of a Hollywood Halloween movie that you would want to make your own original take.
Of an established movie.
No, just your own original movie.
Of anything that I
A
want.
horror
just
movie, yeah, a
Halloween
horror
What
movie.
would I what would I make it of?
Yeah.
What I-
So
what-
what would the
what-
storyline be? I'll give you my rundown.
Okay.
I'll give you my rundown, right? And the funniest thing is, this came to me. I shit you not. This came to me in a dream. I had this dream, and it was so vivid and interesting that I was like, I gotta write this down, right? So, we own a food truck, right? And some crazy lady comes up and tries to take the phones off the dashboard. You know how they're like, oh, you can tap to pay on the little phone thing, right? And like a crazy lady, she comes and grabs it, and then we're like, oh, we try to get her away from her, right? I guide her back to a group of there's like a whole family of like mentally ill people, right? Being like, you know when they take them out on like short buses and like to Santa Monica Pier or whatever.
Yes.
I'm picturing Santa Monica Pier, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so people here that they want to eat, they want to eat where the crazy lady attacked, right? Because they're like, oh my god, like the food must be that good that she's trying to steal it, right? So the twist at the end, obviously I don't have all the details, right? But the twist at the end is there was a zombie virus that she had, right? But she had it because she found a zombie body on the pier, and then she was messing with it, and then she went up and touched the television screen, right? She didn't actually touch the food. So when we tapped the screen and then we grabbed the food, we accidentally started a zombie apocalypse. So she had the zombie virus on her hands, but she herself was not a zombie. That was a twist at the end of my dream,
The
and I was
twist.
like, whoa. So
The twist is that
and then everyone who was eating on our food truck turned into zombies, and we couldn't figure out why, because we kept looking like, who's patient zero? Who's patient zero? And at the end, it was like revealed, like, you know when they do that like slow reveal at the end,
The pan downwards.
the pan downwards, and or like the flashback of the lady,
Yeah.
crazy lady messing with like the zombie guts, and then she goes back up onto the pier, and then
okay. Have we done?
it's pretty original.
I think it sounds pretty good. I'm trying to imagine it. Have we done a segment where we talked about a scary nightmare before?
No, let's do
Yeah,
it.
we have.
I think-
Okay, technically we're talking about dreams, but not the scariest nightmare we've ever had. That still
I've
lives
had
inside your
like
brain.
a bunch. So
I-
I have like so.
I can
I
tell
can
you
do-
one clear as day from when I was like 6 years old, dude. So
Same. You
Let's
know
start-
what?
Okay.
I want to say mine from the
Chess goes first, because Chess is never here. Welcome
Yeah,
back,
like,
Chess.
no. We can do it like.
Okay,
one
Michael,
line,
go.
so it's just straight line.
And talk right into the mic so I can hear you.
Are you sure we didn't do this?
Talk
Yeah.
so far deep
Si,
throat
senor.
the mic.
Well, start telling us, and then I'll let you know if we already heard it. You got me?
Okay.
So go.
One I can like I always mention.
Yeah.
Often. So I'm pretty sure I've said this. I don't know if I said it before.
Can't hear you.
It's.
I can't actually.
I
hear you.
was. I think it was like I was 14 or 15 or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and I kept waking up at a certain time. It was like I think it was 4:45 or something that I kept
Mhm.
waking up, and I used to sleep and have my like little clock right here next to me,
Yeah.
and you can see the time like right there. Like it was one of those digital clocks or whatever.
Yes.
And I would wake up, and I'd look down the hall. I'd see my door to my room, and I'd see that there's a light, but it's not the hall light. It's like the light, like to the end of the hall,
Mm-hmm.
and then the living room light was off, and the kitchen light was off. You know how my house is like all those rooms are all kind of connected to each other.
Mhm.
So I'm walking down the hall, and I'm like, why are all the lights off? But I hear somebody doing the dishes, and it's like I get close, and it's like I think it's my mom doing the dishes, but it's weird because it's like she's doing it, but like the lights are off in that whole section, like you can barely see any light. So I'm like, who is this? And I look up, and it's not my mom. It's just some random lady.
Mm-hmm.
And then she turns around slowly, and she tells me in Spanish like, "Vete a dormir." really loud to her.
Yeah.
Like that's all I hear.
It's a loud whisper, right?
And it's like "Vete a dormir," like that in my ears, and then everything goes black, and I'm starting to go to sleep. And then I wake up again, and it's 4:45 again at a.m. And I wake up, and it's looping over and over again, dude. And I'm tripping out because I'm like, I'm stuck. I'm stuck forever. I can't get up. And then eventually I force myself somehow. I trip myself out in the dream,
Yeah.
and I freak myself enough to wake up. But when I wake up, it's fucking 4:46 p.m. I mean 4:46 a.m.
The
So I'm
1 minute
just-
passed.
So like I'm just like, okay, hold on,
This is real, right?
and I'm opening the door and I'm checking if it's real life or not, and it is. But that's like one of the trippiest dreams I've ever had before.
Yeah.
Ever.
All right.
Trip me
Oh
out.
fuck, dude.
That's
Oh,
how you
fuck.
died in an alternate
Hell
universe,
nah.
dude. You just kept dying over and over again
Something was keeping me in a loop or something, dude.
for that 1 minute. But also time dilation when you dream, because remember, you like if you sleep for like 20 minutes, you can think you had like a whole lifetime of a dream, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing. But that's crazy. Chess, what was yours?
It wasn't like anything trippy or anything crazy like that. Like it was just like something like funny, like because I was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and so basically I had seen Jurassic Park 2, I think it was, where
Mhm.
the dinosaurs or the T-Rex is running in the streets and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh no.
So I was like, I'm gonna say 5 when I saw that movie. I was sleeping right there in like my little bed, and my dream basically was that Jurassic Park wasn't an island, that it was like a part of America now.
Oh.
So like they
Oh.
actually created it right there, and you just see the little entrance, and instead like you can just drive with your car
Mhm.
driving by and like see the thing, you touch it but you can't take it.
Yeah.
So apparently like in my dream the car in front of us had taken the egg, and my parents are like, in real life my parents were like, if they see something that like yes, if it's sketchy they just dip out, like it's their instinct is to fly, like, oh nah, safety, and then we out.
Like someone's gonna call ICE. We gotta get out
Right.
of here.
So my
Run.
parents started freaking out, and so I was like freaking out and shit. And then out of nowhere, you just see this big ass T-Rex just like start breaking everything down. And I was like, oh damn! And then, like my mom was like driving,
Damn. Fool.
and like for some reason it starts chasing us, and then we're like,
you have the egg.
yeah, and we're like in the freeway, dude. And I was like, holy crap! Like this is like it's really gonna happen to us. And I was like, I'm just like looking at it, and I'm like, oh my god! And it's just like rushing, and then like the way I wake up is like the shit just like munches at the car, and like I was just like, oh shit, and then bam, I woke up and I was like, oh damn, that was crazy. I woke up all sweaty too though, so I was just like, that shit really scared me for a moment there.
All right.
Shit.
Edward, what you got?
I don't really remember too many scary dreams. Yeah. Oh, there's always like the standard like, oh,
Sleep paralysis.
sleep paralysis, whatever. But I guess the only one I can kind of remember is one where like, it was when we were still in Boy Scouts. We were volunteering at the old folks home over there to do their Thanksgiving party or whatever.
Yeah.
And that was the thing we were gonna do the next day. And then I had fallen asleep. Then in my dream, I had woken up, got like showered, gotten ready, and left the house to start walking over there.
Mhm.
And on the walk there, you know how like between the street right before it, when you're walking there, you can see like a sewer drain or whatever.
Yeah.
In the dream, I was walking there and I was just listening to my phone, my earbuds, whatever, walking, and I see like a pair of red glowing eyes right there. And all of a sudden, I can't really move in the dream anymore, and then I just start falling, like just immediately, I just start falling, and then like I wake up like in actual, and I like wake up and it's like, oh, it's time to go, and I have to now get ready, get dressed, get ready to go. And that, like this time it was real life. Like,
Edward, what are you talking about? That
just
was
fell
real
into it.
life. You told us about this when you were on the way to the dinner. Come on.
what?
You told us about this in person at the dinner. That was real life. Wake up, Edward. Wake up, Edward.
Stop.
Edward's too high to deal with that right now.
No,
But no, I'm
You're gonna
gaslighting.
sleep.
I'm gaslighting a high Edward right now.
can't
Um,
gaslight me.
All right. Well, so one of the
I am
vivid ones.
ungaslightable. That's why my farts
That's
don't
you
light
guys
on
did that to
fire.
my cousin, huh? at the movie
Yeah,
theaters?
we were like, "Wake up, Walter! Wake up,
Walter.
Walter!"
Wake
And
up,
then
wake
Michael
up.
and I started going,
Yes.
speaking our made-up language.
For some reason.
And then Walter's
he
like,
was
"Stop!"
freaking out. Yeah.
Stop it, dick.
I didn't understand
dick,
why he
dick,
was
dick,
freaking out.
Because he just got super paranoid from the weed. I don't know. He was like, dick, chill. And then Michael and I just kept going. Freak the fuck.
No,
out
but we
of
were
me.
doing it like something better because it sounded like our real voices.
Yeah.
Like we sound like Sims.
It
or
sounds
some-
like we were like having
It's
a
actually
conversation.
talking. Like,
Yeah. We're like, oh, that's good. And you were like, yeah, just bullshit. See, this is why we gotta learn
Such a
German
great-
and just start talking in front of him. And then he'll be
He's
like,
gonna
what?
shoot us.
Well, it'd be funny if we do that to one of us for like the whole day, and we don't like break character.
I mean, we could just do that in Spanish to Walter. Walter doesn't.
Walter doesn't. Gringo
Poor
doesn't speak.
Actually, no, he understands now, guys.
He understands
Yeah,
now?
it's dangerous.
Doubt it.
All right.
The army has been teaching him. By the way, guys, I'm gonna do this whole podcast with my eyes closed because for some fucking
I don't think
reason,
I
He's gonna go to
he's gonna
sleep.
go to sleep
I don't
right
think
now.
No, I'm having an allergic
Sleepy.
reaction or something in my left eye,
Oh,
in the right eye.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's just all fucked.
You allergic to cats or what?
It's probably the fucking
Yeah.
cat hairs, dude.
Nah, you're fine.
Nah, I'm allergic to animals.
Nah. Yeah, échale ganas. Come on.
Échale pilas. No seas mamón.
Ponte las pilas. No, you're fine. It's just because you keep rubbing it. That's probably why.
Yeah, just stop rubbing it.
Ponte
man.
agüita, mijo.
Yeah.
Stop rubbing it.
Actually,
It's not your
still
dick.
something
Stop
wrong
rubbing
with
it.
that.
So-
Is that
so one of
water
the-
right there? Little cap of water.
I said backwash.
God
Little-
damn.
Nah, like I'm
Yummy
being honest.
backwash.
Ah, gross. Backwash.
I don't want you to put that shit in your eye.
Yeah, no, I don't want to put that in my eye.
¿Por qué?
So you guys know about Gigi Allen, right?
Gigi
Yeah.
Allen?
No, I don't know who Gigi
Oh,
Allen
wait,
is.
let me tell you.
Who
Fuck is
suggested
Gigi
Gigi
Allen?
Allen?
I don't know, but
That's funny.
let me tell you guys really quick though about my dream before we go on to Gigi
Oh,
Allen.
your dream? Oh, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
your nightmare.
Like
Your worst
my
nightmare.
fucking nightmare.
Your
So
worst nightmare.
Nightmare.
Literally.
Tu
We gave a retarded girl LSD and started chanting nightmare.
That's fucking
Oh.
crazy.
They didn't do that, obviously. Come on.
It
It's
cured
our
her.
country. They actually
I would
cured her
believe that. I
retardation.
would believe something like that would cure that, but I don't know for some
What?
reason.
No.
Because like I don't know,
Well,
it's
yeah, it
like
could shock the brain, you know?
shocks the brain in
No.
some way.
Shocks
It's
the
like
brain.
lobotomizing in a way, you know.
1923. Oh, yeah, and we definitely still lobotomized and like that.
I'm not
that
saying
way.
it's humane, Edward. I'm just saying it would change perception. You know,
No, it wouldn't.
it's a, and
Because their brain
and it might
doesn't
change it
function the same way.
unwillingly. Change
Some
it,
of them aren't really,
you know?
special. They're, what's it called?
They're faking it. Chess said they're faking it. You heard
No,
it
I
here,
didn't
folks.
say they're faking
Chess
it.
wants
I
to ride on
think,
the short
like,
bus. They don't let him. He has to fake
Somebody
it to
was
get
telling
on
me, no, like when I was working in like retail, the customer told me like, oh, like my child's special, but like he's his brain is a little bit regressed. So like was 13, but he was acting like a 5-year-old. Like that's how
Yeah.
slow his brain was with it.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, okay. So as he gets older, he'll be able to understand everything better. And she was like,
don't
yeah.
think so because usually they stop like they stop progressing.
They could
That's the
progress up to a
problem.
certain point sometimes,
Yeah.
but then after that,
It's not like I'm 30 and now I feel like I'm 15. Like it's not,
Nah.
he's not aging slower, unfortunately. He's just got mental illness. But
sadly.
so the dream I had, we were driving to Vegas, right? And I remember because we were in my dad had borrowed my uncle from Lancaster his van because there was like 6 of us, right? Because my cousins were coming. We're driving to Vegas and I'm asleep. And in the dream, like I'm sitting there's like a cloud layer and I'm sitting and my legs are underneath the layer, right? But I'm like sitting, right? And there's other people sitting around me. And I'm like trying to lie back, but it hurts. And I'm like, I can't. Like every time the cloud layer comes up a little more, it hurts even more. And so one of them is like, don't worry about it. It's not going to hurt if you do it all at once. And he lied back in and he came out and then he was made of wood. And he was like, and like I remember the mouth. I swear to God, I remember the fucking mouth where he's like, it's okay. And I was like, ah. And then I woke up. But I remember it so vividly because it hurt so much. Like I kept trying to like lie down low. I was like, ah. And then the guy went, and then came back up as a wooden puppet. Fucking Pinocchio'd him. So.
God damn.
I'm telling you, I still fucking remember it.
That's
I
a
know exactly where I was.
spooky.
And this was like I was napping on the way to Vegas. Like this isn't even it's
What's
not a
that
full
movie
ass
with
dream.
the
It was just
puppet?
Which
fever dream.
there's a lot of wait.
The old lady and the puppet.
The old lady and the puppet. That one's called.
Fuck, I can't remember right now either. It's like Silent something.
She takes out people's tongues and shits, right?
Yeah, but it's not like in the end like she's an actual puppet herself and everything.
She stacks the tongues on her tongue.
Dead Silence.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mary Shaw the ventriloquist. Dead Silence.
That's a good movie.
I've
Is
never
it-
seen that.
I've never even heard of it until today.
Creepy.
You guys
Oh, it's got Donnie Wahlberg in it. Of course.
didn't watch horror movie growing up as kids because you're
No,
not-
because our
This
parents.
was rated R.
Because our parents listened that we would get massive psychological damage if we did.
You want to get
You know what
Who
it
got,
did?
who
You know
got
what?
massive
No, no,
psychological
no.
damage? No. Hold on.
Michael,
Hold on.
wait, wait, wait,
I I'm asking a question. Who got Who got
Mikey
mental
didn't get psychological damage. My brother didn't get psychological damage
from
but,
Chucky and shit,
but
dude? Like,
he
come
did
on.
he did get a sleepwalking thing where like if he watched scary movies and shit, he would sleepwalk and reenact those movies.
It
There was
sounds
a
like
time-
he got traumatized by them
How the
because
fuck?
sleepwalking is brought on by massive trauma.
But
interesting.
we were in an apartment building, and when I was little, we grew up in an apartment building, you know. So we were on the second story, and I remember this so vividly because we used to sleep on the. We didn't have AC or anything, you know. We're poor, so you know, Salvadorians. So we would sleep on the floor in this little thing with Salvadorians called the. Fuck, I forgot what it was called. Basically, it's a straw mat, like you know, like a yoga mat thing, but no fluff. It's just straw.
Yeah.
So they put it down on the floor. You just sleep on that. You know, it's nice and cool. You're fresh. And I was like, yes, beautiful thing to sleep on. We were sleeping right there, like as a family and everything. And at like 5 a.m, we wake up. The door is fucking wide open, and this little nigga is like almost. Sorry about that word. He's like climbing the fence, and my dad stops and pulls him back in, and we're like, oh shit, what the fuck?
Yeah. No.
It's crazy, but yeah, it could happen.
I think kids should have horror, but there's like kids horror. There's like Goosebumps and like other stuff.
Yeah.
There's like horror meant specifically for kids.
So on that note, listen to this. I would follow the age rating on the movie.
Listen to this.
Honestly, I'd follow the age rating on the movie and go from there. Young children should not be exposed to movies PG-13 or TVMA. There are some kid-friendly horror flicks. You might want to wait until they're 10 plus if they have the right temperament. I'm a child therapist, and some of the children I work with whose parents are lax, like they don't care about them watching horror movies, become absolutely obsessed and preoccupied with the content in the movies. The children would routinely act out via play the grotesque scenes from the movie and didn't seem to understand the gravity of the violence, horror, and gore. Being exposed to this type of material can be really detrimental to their development, considering how malleable their brains are at a young age. I wouldn't risk it. Of course, these children had other issues, but my point is, I don't think the gruesome horror content they were exposed to helped their development psychologically or emotionally. In their case, it seemed to hinder it. With that being said, you know your child best. Would I recommend an 8-year-old watch the movie It? Absolutely not. Would I recommend a 10-year-old who has interest in scary stuff to watch Goosebumps or Netflix Creeped Out? Maybe. But you got it right. It's like obviously you're gonna know who your kid is. But if your kid is scared by
It's
like
just
loud
the
noises and
parents,
stuff,
dude. It's the parents don't tell the kids, hey kids, this is fiction.
No.
This is not real life. So
No.
Chucky's not
What are
gonna
you
come
gonna
and get
tell
you.
them
Michael
when,
Myers is
but-
not gonna come
but
get
I
you.
still-
The ghosts and
paranormal?
goblins don't exist.
remember they have
What
to be
about
they have to be
paranormal
old enough to differentiate stuff
Yeah.
too.
What?
They have to be old enough to differentiate the reality and stuff like that.
When you're younger, it's
Like
hard.
demon
When you're
possessing and all
younger,
that stuff,
it's
like
harder
what?
to tell a difference
Distinguish.
between reality and fiction. It's not
Some
you
stuff.
necessarily think that everything is like everything that's fake is real. It's
Mhm.
that sometimes if things do like or have like enough of an emotional reaction to you, you will think that they're real even if you know that they're not.
Mhm.
I think it's just all depends on the scenario of the child and how it's being developed, dude. Honestly,
Well, okay, yeah, but
like if
I
like
wouldn't say I'm gonna start showing
death
my
and gore
kids-
exist in nature, and young
But you're
people
not going
exist
around
in
and
it.
showing your
Yeah.
son.
No,
your 8-year-old
but
kid
it
dead
happens. It
rabbits.
happens, but it all depends on
And that
the
fucks up
child's
people too.
reaction. If the child is over here believing in Christmas and fairies and bullshit that's not real and has a certain innocence or whatever you want to call it, and then is introduced into something really like crazy like that, of course it's gonna have maybe a psychological reaction. But that's what I'm saying. If you don't raise a kid to live in that kind of environment, you know.
You just
That's
gotta
the
raise a
big
kid to be
difference.
well informed.
Yeah, well
Just
informed.
educated,
That's it,
right?
I don't
yeah.
know.
So they won't be like, "Oh, Chucky's gonna get me at night," or "Michael Myers is gonna kill me." Now I'm pinging myself. You
But
know?
that's the problem. Well, not the problem, but remember that's the point. The point of horror movies is to scare people.
That wasn't
We
even what the
like
thing said
that.
though either. The thing says that like the kid gets detached from emotion, so he doesn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Feel
gonna
like other
see
kids
violence as
feel-
like, oh, it's whatever. I can do it,
Yeah.
whatever. You know?
Yeah.
detached from emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't the
Emotional
fucking
detachment?
the fucking thing that they were saying on a certain kind of children that were really like messed up?
Yeah. They have
So-
more inclination towards like violence, but they're not emotional about it because again, they don't like child psychopaths. You can train a kid to not be a psychopath because remember they're more malleable and stuff like that. Like there was a 3-year-old girl, she was like 5 or something like that, right? She's a 5-year-old girl. She was abused as a baby, and that abuse traumatized her and led her to not have like much feelings, right? So she would like prick her little brother, her infant brother, with like pins and things like that, and she would like wave a knife around at her parents. She was like, she was a child. She was under 10. She was a child.
So I think if you teach a child early like morals, I guess you can say, like teaching him like that, like things like that, and not teach, because kids can play with a bird, like a little child play with a bird and kill it by accident because it doesn't it doesn't know any better because it's not aware.
Exactly.
It's not aware of it. But if you make them aware,
yes,
early enough, I feel like that part of them won't ever really develop, and if it is, then it's not even their fault. It's like maybe they're psychopaths, and that's like a chemical thing in their brain at that point. It's not really like an environment thing.
Again, you can still train them. You can still remedy that with, a psychologist, therapy, all that kind of stuff, right? And which is what they did with her. And so her case, like they studied her for like a decade, right? And like, by the time she was already like 11 and 12, and then they were asking her like, how do you feel about the stuff you were doing? And she like felt bad because she was not only taught the difference between right from wrong, but they were able to reconcile all like the bad stuff that was happening and everything, so to get her out of that terrible situation. Because again, any form of like trauma is going to result in sleepwalking, bedwetting. It's always sleeping,
but it doesn't necessarily, what I'm saying, it shouldn't just be like, a big part of it shouldn't be just because a kid watches a horror movie. I think there's more elements in play than it's just them watching Michael Myers on the TV, and that's a big reason as to why this is happening worldwide. And I think it's just how they're being raised, how the child is being raised in particular is what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that guy did say he's a child therapist, so obviously they're already coming for other problems. But the problem, it most likely didn't just stem from the horror movie. The horror movie is probably the indifference. No, the indifference is just a symptom of the parents.
Think about a kid watching Saw.
Think about this. Think about a kid that is being raised by certain parents that don't really care what he watches, aren't really there for him, right? Like just let him be, just let him run around the house.
That is a symptom of negligence.
Then he just watches the movie compared to a kid that is the opposite, right? And they have parents that are attentive and do all the opposite things, right? Mm-hmm. And then they still happen to watch that movie. Mm-hmm. They both watch that movie by accident or whatever thing, but do you think that there's going to be a big difference in how the outcome comes on both those children?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not the movie's fault. It's how they're being raised.
No, exactly. But a child, like think like this, like a child watching Saw. I don't think there's a child in any situation that won't
gain a lot.
From watching
It's not this. It's not about. I'm not saying it's about gaining anything. It's about. I'm not saying it's what they gain. I'm not saying it's what they gain.
No, they're gonna get traumatized no matter what, to a different degree.
But they will to a lesser degree, probably to a much lesser degree, to where it's not gonna affect them. It's not gonna. They're not gonna be where the kid that's in the other family, it's probably going to be like, oh, now this is in my head. Now I'm going to start pissing myself and doing all this other shit, acting out, maybe whatever extremer scenarios will happen, where the other kid will probably just have a nightmare or two, and then they'll talk to his parents, and then he'll feel better. That's the big difference is what I'm saying. But that all depends on how they're being raised.
Personal anecdote, right? Okay, go, Chess.
Nah, like, but the way you're saying that, that's if that, that goes that way and everything.
Yeah, because you're thinking optimally.
But if he goes the other way where he becomes a psycho and the other kid's just like, oh yeah, and just shrugs it off like, that was nothing, like, I've seen worse or something, then that's where the situation could be like.
What do you mean?
The kid, like, so, like,
oh, and what if the
serial
reverse
killers
happens?
And everything, if you really look at them,
gets really attached to it.
They're kids that are like, they had the two parents, but they were like really neglected. If you really think
you're saying that even in kids in an environment where the parents are doing you have a parents.
No, I'm saying that
the kid will still end up having some kind of like secret sociopathic tendencies. Is that what you're saying? Like because of it?
I'm saying that horror movies should not be shown to young children. Probably not
regardless.
Regardless of type of parent, wherever they are. No, I don't think it should be shown to like under 12 or 13. Because even at 12 or 13, they're still super impressionable, and that's like.
I think if you have parents who are.
I feel like
there and teaching you the right things. I think they can watch rated R movies and it won't be as in any effect as the same as the other kid who's being neglected.
Okay, so the thing is, I don't think it's necessarily based on the rating system, to be honest. Because like if you know about how the rating systems are made with like movies and TV shows, they're completely arbitrary. Yeah. They will give a higher rating for two men kissing than for a man and a woman kissing.
Or for boobs.
They'll put it NC-17.
A PG-13 movie can have boobs.
Yeah. So it's like it's like completely arbitrary. So I think it really depends on which type of horror, which movies, which ones we're talking about. Because if we're talking about
rated R movies,
which rated R horror movies? Because I think that there are some, like I think Killer Clowns from Space is rated R. And I think that one is fine to show to like a younger audience, depending on the situation.
But you see, why do you say that though compared to Saw?
Campy.
If we say Saw,
why do you
say
Saw takes itself so seriously, dude? It's a psychological
Saw is
thriller.
literally about the gore, about like all this other
body
stuff.
horror.
That is,
so there's no gore in fucking in Clowns from whatever.
There is gore, but it's not like
gratuitous.
It's harder to take.
It's not even that. It's just that it's an old movie, dude. That's why you feel that way because it's an older movie. It's like an '80s movie, so it's goofy.
Okay, no. How about this? The Thing. If you show the original,
it's
The
goofy.
Thing.
I have no
80s shit is kind of goofy because of how old it looks, you know.
No, think about The Thing. The Thing is a horror movie classic. It's like a psychological
classic movies
thriller,
are goofy because of how old they look, and you can't compare the two because a newer movie will have a newer movie will look more real.
We're talking about rated R, right? We're talking about rated R. These are two rated R movies.
Beautiful.
And as such,
at some point Frankenstein was rated R. You still think that's a fucking crazy?
Frankenstein has not rated. When has Frankenstein been rated R?
I'm pretty sure when it first came out, it was probably rated R.
You mean in like 1874?
Yeah, that's what I'm
The
fucking
rating
saying.
system wasn't a thing.
You can't go back. You can't go back in movie history and be like, this is safer because it just looks goofier. So of course it's gonna feel easier to look at.
I feel
compare one rated R movie from present time from another present time. They're all pretty much the same because they're serious.
From outer space with like modern graphics or whatever, and kept the same storyline and the same
okay. So do you feel the same? Okay, look. Do you feel the same about Killer Clowns from Outer Space as the It movie, the original It movie?
The original It movie?
Which one? The original It movie.
That's true. That
with
It movie is not scary.
With what's his face? With Tim Curry?
Yeah.
I think
that's the same, right? The same. That's the same.
Okay.
So the new one?
But
do you feel the same thing about the new one?
No, the new one takes
exactly. That's because of the age difference, not because it's the same fucking movie, dude. It's just the graphics are better and everything about it. And it's more
the original
it's being
The
produced.
original It was a miniseries. It wasn't a movie. So it's a different medium also.
What?
It was a miniseries. It was not a movie.
Yeah, it was not a movie.
The original version. It was a 4-episode miniseries. So it's like, think of it as like an HBO like miniseries basically, right?
Okay, but it was still a rated R thing.
Probably TVMA, but yeah, they show a little kid getting his leg bitten off.
So you can't go back in age. It has to be something in the same age, in the same age line.
Pull up the clips of the same thing. And watch how different it is. The original one has less gore. It has less.
Because of the time it took place, because it's an older movie.
But it has less. It's not just in hindsight.
Oh my god, dude!
It was only TV-14.
It was only TV-14. It wasn't even rated R.
Yep.
So yes, it's objectively less. Less. How do you call it? Horror-esque. It has less of everything that you wouldn't want to show a child.
If it was TVMA, that would be more adjacent.
It's TV-14. Yes, of course I would let a younger audience see this. Yes, like what? Objectively so, like
man.
It's
just
it depends on that I knew a lot of kids that were afraid of that movie. That it one right there.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be scary.
They're like, I'm afraid of clowns.
Not traumatizing.
And I was like, why are you afraid of clowns?
Huh, I wonder why. So it sounds like they got traumatized by a horror movie, huh?
No. Like,
it's because they were a bunch of pansies.
No, why are you afraid of a clown though? You get me?
Is that how they say it in the 80s? Pansies.
But that's like a fear induced from your environment. From some point in your childhood, you were afraid of a clown or something, and it stayed with you. That's
somebody tried to do something to you, like, and then the clown is like,
if someone tried to do something to you, like actually molest you, that's a different story.
You're reciprocating on the same.
We're not talking about that.
But if you look at that movie, that clown is basically like a pedo.
No, it's eating the kids.
It's
eating the kids.
But he does it in a creepy pedo way.
I mean,
so that's why people. That's why I feel people feared that movie more. Like they reciprocated that. Like, oh yo, like
Stephen King wrote the book when he was on cocaine. I mean, come on.
No, but he wrote about a killer clown, not about a fucking.
He wrote about a child orgy. Actually,
that's true.
I did. I saw that. I did. They all loved the little girl.
All right. So, anyways, The point of that scene in the book is because they're trying to lose their innocence.
Let me ask you
Yeah.
something,
It,
guys.
you know,
Let
so
me
it
ask you
wasn't there
something.
anymore.
Would
There was
you,
there for thematic
what would
reasons,
you
but
do
it's
if
still
you were
very
in that
weird.
child orgy? Wait.
Whoa,
What would you do if you were in that child orgy?
Oh no, what are you talking about? No.
All right,
The
anyways.
book.
What?
We're talking about the book. The Stephen
Next
King
topic.
one.
Let's not talk about the book.
No, okay.
stop.
That is
Stop.
hilarious.
Okay,
No.
in
What?
conclusion-
Because honestly, I would laugh the whole time and be like, "What the hell are we doing?"
then
Cut
you get
this.
killed.
Cut this.
And
No.
then you get killed, Chess. So in conclusion, horror movies should not be shown to a young child unless you're very sure that they're clearly able to differentiate, you know.
I think it depends on the horror movies.
Yeah, that
It
too, that too,
depends.
that too.
It depends on the horror
That
movie.
too. Remember,
Nah, it's all about
horror.
it's all about the child and
Goosebumps.
how they can differentiate everything, dude.
All right, I have an 8-year-old who's in
100%.
Mensa. I'm gonna show him
You can
Saw.
never know. You just
Yeah.
gotta always be there for the child.
I have an 8-year-old with an IQ of 120. I'm gonna show him fucking It.
Yeah,
You
and he's
will
just
fit-
gonna be like, okay, this is it. That's it. Like,
and
and then you show it
play
to
chess now.
yeah, I'm back to yeah. Fuck, I'm serious. That's how it would probably
No.
fucking be, dude. And
I
then
would-
the little,
I
and then you show it to a little kid that's
I've
the same
wasted my
age.
time. I'm
You know
going
what
to play
this sounds
violin.
like? You know what this sounds like? The way that Michael's describing it. I'm not saying this is where you get it from, but the way you're describing it in my head, it feels like something that you'd see in a TV show. It feels like something you see in a sitcom where like oh, you show young Sheldon a hormone and he's like, oh, this is just, you know, whatever, and then he goes back
Actually,
to his
father.
No,
room.
because
Yeah,
Shel-
yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah,
no, no,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
because
yeah.
no, because young
actually-
Sheldon's actually
Yeah,
still shares a lot
exactly.
of child traits because of the way he's being
He's a kid.
raised.
He's the kid. Yeah.
Is the way he's being raised.
Yeah, but that like that's an example, right? Like that's what I feel like.
But if
like
Sheldon
your-
was being
your
raised by
idea
Sheldon, it'd be a
comes
different
from.
thing. That's what I'm saying.
I hate that they're humanizing Sheldon at a young age, and that
They're
motherfucker
humanizing
was
him.
and that motherfucker
Stupid.
was a robot in the whole fucking beginning of the show. So, how is it that he was a robot in the
He
beginning of the
regressed.
show? And that,
He
yeah, like,
regressed.
How? How,
Trauma?
Sway?
Who knows? I don't know.
How,
know.
Sway?
You say sway?
What next topic?
Wait. What is this? 2012? Well, with the videos we just watched.
Honestly, Gigi Allen, guys, absolute mad lads. Gigi Allen.
Man,
so.
I wish you had the fucking big TV on, so you weren't just watching on your laptop like a bunch of
Who wants
bums.
pizza?
I would love some pizza.
Low key.
But I'm not gonna lie. I would also love
Let's-
some eye drops or some water for some eye. Cause this is
This fool's
irritating
not
the
gonna
fuck
give
out
you
of me.
nothing.
You get nothing, Jess,
If
and
you're
you like
thirsty-
it.
If you're thirsty, go to the
You get
restroom, drink some
nothing.
sink water.
You know
No,
what? I grew up
sit
drinking
down.
sick
Give
water.
him nothing.
10 seconds later.
Hey,
Animal
bitch, give me that
porn.
back. I was warm. I
No.
was
Watch.
warm.
I get letters from all over
guy's
the world.
fucked.
People worship
Is this guy
me.
real?
They come to my shows.
No,
I'm gonna
it's
rip the
CGI.
girls. I might rip the guy.
AI.
I might have sex.
Look at the
I
naked.
want it all. I want it all, and I'm gonna have it all.
Okay, let me
Because I
ask.
am everything.
All right, yeah.
Many words have been used to describe Gigi
Boom,
Allen.
boom, boom.
Individualist, anti-authoritarian, and unique are among the nicest. Violent, chaotic, and madman are some others. All of those are true, but if you asked Gigi Allen how he would describe himself, he'd say just one thing: the last true rock and roller. And, depending on your definition of rock and roll, he just might have been. Born Jesus Christ Allen in 1956, Gigi Allen grew up in
Jesus
Groveton,
Christ
New Hampshire.
Allen.
His father was a religious fanatic named Merle, and his family lived in a log cabin devoid of electricity and running water.
Yo.
Merle Allen was reclusive and abusive, and often
Ah.
threatened to kill his family.
Look at that.
He would like just go crazy and you know he'd go outside and start digging graves and talk about how he was gonna like kill everybody and bury everybody in the grave if my mother didn't do this or do that or whatever.
Allen later described living with Merle as a primitive existence, more like a prison sentence than an upbringing. However, he said that he was actually thankful for it, as it made him a warrior soul at an early age. Eventually, Allen's mother Arletta got out and moved to East St. Johnsbury, Vermont, taking Jesus Christ and his brother Merle Jr. with her. Jesus eventually became known as Gigi, since Merle Jr. was unable to pronounce Jesus correctly.
Gigi! That's Gigi! My brother Gigi, he said.
After Arletta remarried, she officially changed her son's name from Jesus Christ to Kevin Michael in 1966. But in the end, Gigi stuck, and he would go by that nickname for the rest of his life. Whether he was traumatized by his tumultuous early years or simply possessed staunch disregard for the rules, Gigi Allen spent his high school years acting out. He formed several bands, cross-dressed at school, sold drugs, broke into people's homes, and generally lived life on his own terms. But none of that compared to what was coming next. After graduating from high school in Concord, Vermont in 1975, Gigi decided not to pursue further education. Instead, he explored the world of music, inspired by his idols Alice Cooper and the Rolling Stones. Before long, he broke onto the scene as a drummer, performing with several groups and even forming 2 bands with his brother Merle Jr. In 1977, Gigi found a more permanent gig playing the drums and singing backup for the punk rock band The Jabbers.
What the fuck are we watching, dude?
Punk rock from
He
the
soon
90s.
released his debut album, Always Was, Is, and Always Shall Be.
Wait,
with the
is
band.
Gigi Allen a real person?
Ultimately
Yeah.
left the group.
Why
the
Guys,
fuck
This
you
is a
think
fake
we've been
documentary.
watching,
Throughout the
dude?
years, Alan
No,
again
look.
found
This is
himself
guy's
hopping
a
from
myth?
band to band.
Yeah,
And they got it on video?
Cedar
No,
Street.
I thought it was like
The last rock.
no, cause like you know how there's those
Garnering a
videos that are like
reputation as a
they're
hardcore
fake.
underground rocker.
They're like
Look.
After a particularly wild
No, I don't know what the
performance
fuck
with
you're
the
talking
Cedar
about,
Andres,
Street
can you
in
give me a
Manchester, New
napkin, bro?
Hampshire,
Yeah.
Alan gained a new nickname, the Madman of Manchester. But in 1985, Alan decided to take his Madman title to a whole new level. While performing a show with Bloody Mess and the Scabs in Peoria, Illinois,
Oh, shit,
he
the
defecated on stage
Scabs.
for the first time in front of hundreds of people.
He
The first
relieved
time, like he's
himself
done more
on
times.
stage, live.
Thank you.
Why, Gigi, did you feel a need to defecate in front of a live audience?
oh, this is
Well,
Geraldo.
my body is the rock and roll temple, and my flesh, blood, and body fluids are a communion to the people, whether they like it or not. I mean, I'm not out to please anybody. My rock and roll is more not to entertain, but to annihilate. I'm trying to bring danger back into rock and roll, and there are no limits and no laws, and I'll break down every barrier put in front of me till the day I die.
Unbeknownst to the crowd, the act was entirely premeditated. I was with him when he bought the X-Lax, recalled Bloody Mess, the band's frontman.
Premeditated,
Unfortunately,
like
he
he
ate
was a
hours before
guy.
the show, so he constantly had to hold it in or he
They're
would have
gonna arrest him.
Oh my god.
After he shit on
He
stage,
ate
complete
it.
chaos broke out in the hall.
Wait,
Bloody
rewind
Mess
that for me,
All of the
please.
old men in charge of the hall went
My
nuts.
faded us that
Hundreds
read
of
that
confused
wrong.
punk kids were flipping
He ate
out,
it 8
running
hours
out the
before.
door because the smell was incredible. The reaction was evidently the one that Gigi was going for.
Michelle, we must warn what you are about to see and hear is quite graphic.
I would say that you never really know what's going to happen when Gigi Allen performs.
This is Gigi Kevin Allen, arrested when police raided the club. What did he do?
He relieved himself and did it all. I mean, you name it, it was probably happening.
A police report is quite explicit. Says the singer took his own feces, began throwing it at people, and eating it.
He was actually off the stage. He was right down here off the stage. Just stepped off and decided to do it. Most everybody here probably thought it was funny and was, I really don't think people were shocked.
He also incorporated blood into his performance by pouring it onto his body and spraying it across the stage and audience. Naturally, the destructive nature of his sets often
HIV.
resulted in venues and equipment companies severing ties with him. Police were sometimes called, especially when Alan began jumping into crowds and onto his fans. Several female concert goers claimed that he sexually assaulted them after the shows, and some were attacked during his sets. He's no stranger to a fight, as he says here himself.
See, a lot of people come to my shows expecting a freak show, and they get caught up in the crossfire because they don't realize that what goes on in my mind
Who
is
beats up
very
his
real.
fans?
And if they're in my way, if I see somebody there that's just there to see the freak show, then they're going to be taken out. The only people that are left in my allies who are standing.
He's
at the
completely
end of the show.
naked,
Those
Jesus.
who have been sent to the hospital, those who have been raped or left or ran out the door, they're the enemy. The people who stay are the allies of which we take on, and we will rule.
It's no surprise that Alan found himself in and out of jail for various crimes, but perhaps the most serious stint was in 1989. He admitted to cutting and burning a woman and drinking her blood. He ultimately
In that
served
picture, he
15
looked
months in
like
prison for
fucking-
that crime. Alan carried the weight of his childhood throughout his life, constantly bucking authority to make up for the years that he spent under his father's crushing thumb. His close friends also saw his total embodiment of punk rock as an escape from consumerism and commercialism, and as a desire to return rock and roll music to its rebellious roots. Due to poor recording and distribution, Alan's music would never really take off in the mainstream.
I
He
apologize.
would never
if
see
that
the
was,
same level of
too loud
success as
or
other
near you.
shock rockers. Nevertheless, he continued to perform throughout his life, and he often drew crowds of hundreds or even thousands of punk fans, most of whom were more interested in his antics than his music.
in that one picture, he looked
Considering
like
his dark personality,
he looked
it's
like
no
fucking
surprise
King
that he
Cobra.
found solace in the
He
macabre,
fucking
even
looked
when
like
he
King
wasn't on
Cobra.
stage. He often wrote to and visited serial killer John Wayne Gacy in prison. And at
Oh,
one
shit.
point, he even commissioned a painting by Gacy to use for his album cover art. His personal fascination with serial killers added yet another dark layer to his shocking lifestyle. In fact, sometimes he'd hint that if he were not a performer, he might have ended up becoming a serial killer instead. But in the end, Alan was perhaps most destructive to himself. Starting in 1989, he began threatening to kill himself during one of his performances, likely around Halloween. But as it turned out, he was in prison during that time period. It's unclear whether he would have followed through with the threats if he had been free. But once he was released, many people started buying tickets to his shows just to see if he would actually end his own life in front of a crowd. He didn't kill himself on stage.
I love
his last performance on June 27, 1993
People are the
was
best.
still
That's my
a
birthday,
one-of-a-kind
June 27th.
spectacle.
Oh.
After his show at gas station in New York
No wonder
City,
you like
You were
Gigi
born on a
Allen.
holy
he started
day.
a brutal riot just outside
No
the venue
wonder you
before
like
escaping
Gigi
to a friend's
Allen.
home to do heroin. Allen was found dead the next morning of an overdose, still reeking of blood and feces from the night before. He was 36 years old. It's believed that his death was accidental, but some have speculated that it was intentional on his part, and a sign that he'd kept his promise to eventually kill himself. It's not so much wanting to die, he once said, but controlling that moment, choosing your own way. And in life, and possibly in death, Gigi Allen chose his own way.
Interesting tidbit about his funeral. They placed out his dead body right in the casket and whatnot without any preservatives. So people said that the entire place stank of death, feces, and blood still.
Shit.
Yeah. They broke several beer bottles on his corpse as well.
What?
And pissed into his coffin and poured alcohol all over him, all over his corpse. And yeah, so that was...
So he was
that
buried like
Gigi
he
Allen.
lived.
Way to go out.
Literally, it was fucking nuts.
Damn. Fucking, that's a wild ass way to go out.
Literally.
How is that the best way? Your homies are pissing on you?
So look, you can
Throwing the
actually see
trash.
his body. I'm not gonna throw this up on the screen, right? But his body's all bloated and stuff because they didn't use any preservatives or anything, you know?
Fuck.
Because usually they'll
all
do
the gases are releasing.
Yeah, the
Fuck.
mortician will do something, right? But they just threw his bloated, rotting corpse.
Oh no!
I know.
Like a
that's
dog in the
Why?
Why? Why was this on topic? What happened? Did he die recently?
No. He died in 1993. You just saw the video. What are you doing?
What the fuck? What? Why is this on the docket? What are we even doing?
It's random. It's cool. It's funny.
Pretty much.
Gigi Allen, I've never heard of Gigi Allen
They sat up his dead body.
It's a little fucked.
I've never heard of
That's what
Gigi
the world.
Allen
That's what the
before.
world births. God damn it.
That's what a crazy pastor births after naming his child Jesus Christ.
And beating him
Fucking
to hell.
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking wild.
It really was. It really was. Yeah, they just had him there and then threw a bunch of bottles and stuff into his coffin and whatnot. And yeah, I mean, you can actually see like the photo, like they, it was just buried in his underwear and then the jacket, just like he was,
his hands.
just
He
like
got
he
no
performed.
pants.
And you see he's still like bruised and stuff like that. It's crazy, dude. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, I want to say there's a video of it, of his funeral. Let's see. The final hell ride.
No, fuck.
Yeah, there is. You can find this on YouTube apparently.
I don't like watching
Holy
this.
moly. And they fuck around with his corpse and whatnot, so. But you can really see his face is all distorted because of
the drugs and everything.
yeah, because the overdose.
Damn.
So.
He looks like a Tarkadin.
There's just a dead person on YouTube because apparently that's allowed. But if I swear in my first minute, I get demonetized.
No, like
Crazy
I don't think that funeral videos should be on YouTube. I don't think so.
If it's the Queens and then you hear the Irish people going,
Okay, that's
Lizzie's
fine
in
then.
a box, Lizzie's in a box.
I don't care about rich people. I'm talking about like normal average people. Like I don't think they should be
normal average
Wow.
person. Edward, I don't know if you just saw the video we saw, but that's not a normal average person. But that's Broke Till Friday, guys.
Lizzie's in a box. I don't care.
Broke Till Friday podcast. Stay safe this Halloween. Make sure to leave your razors outside of the apples, and to check your children's candy for weed. Because just kidding, no one's gonna do that because weed is expensive. You
so
fucking
expensive.
idiots.
Fuck, so expensive.
We're broke till Friday. Goodbye, my friends. We'll see you next week. Now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday. Bye, my friends, we'll see you next week. And now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday.